I'm Laude, and I created my own bathhouse. I engineered it to make it more easier for Romans to move around and do their usual routine of how they bathe. And so, what they would do first is they would enter the apoditarium, which is where they would take their clothes off and put it in their own little cubbies. And after that, they would go to the palestra, which is a gym, where they would run and lift and maybe wrestle other Romans. And once they had enough of that, they would go to the tapidarium, which is a warm pool in this room. And they would sit there and talk with friends and socialize. Or they could also go to this room where they could get slaves to put oil all over them. Or they could sit with other friends in this room that I created, which was a triclinium. And this triclinium, you could sit down with friends and have some food and just talk with them. And once you were done with that, you could go to the calidarium. But before that, you need to get sandals and maybe a towel if you wanted one, because it was a really hot pool. I mean, just a really hot room. And so you didn't want to have your feet touching the ground. And you did this to get a sweat, and you would talk with friends. And once you were done with that heat, you would go back here and have all the sweat and oil scraped off of you. And to refresh you after that, you would go to the frigidarium, which is a really nice, cool pool, which was really popular because it was a really cold pool and everyone liked that it wasn't hot like the calidarium. And so they could just sit down and socialize and just feel the nice cold water. And so I made this, I engineered it to where all these rooms are right next to each other, so they didn't have to walk around as much or go through like other rooms that they didn't want to go through. And this helps with like saving time and whatever else they wanted to do. And so I heated this water like for the calidarium with the hypercross system, which took the water into this furnace and it would heat it up and make some steam. And this steam would travel through the bottom of this floor, through these stones, and so it could go all over the rooms. And to make sure that the room didn't get all smoky, I put these pipes to ventilate the smoke out of the rooms. And I chose to get water from an aqueduct, which went into this tank, which held all the water. And this tank had lead pipes that went all around the bathhouse, which led the water to those pools so that so the water could keep going into those pools. And there would be some mosaics. Sadly, I wasn't able to put any pictures on here, but usually they have them on the floors or the walls or maybe the bottom of the swimming pool. But it would be of sea creatures and water gods. And yeah, that's my project.